Keep the dry weather around for one more day. A partly cloudy sky tonight. Temperatures dip down to around 50. The outlying spots and farms may even see upper 40s by early Friday morning. Clouds will thicken up Friday, but it's a mostly dry day of weather. Rain, though, is on the way. Friday high temperatures in the mid-60s. Saturday will start wet. A lot of rain on the way as we stay cool around 60, but it'll taper off Saturday evening. We're dry and sunny for Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Make your work easier with Eagle Rentals of Troutman and Statesville. Eagle Rentals has generators, heaters, fans, painting equipment, floor care equipment, pressure washers, lighting equipment, and lawn care equipment. Plus, Eagle Rentals has construction equipment like forklifts, bobcat loaders, backhoes, excavators, and more. Reserve online at eaglerentals.com. That's eaglerentals.com.
Local leaders, top stories, the news that matters most to you. The News Drive at 5 with host Patrick Reynolds starts now.
Welcome to the News Drive at 5 here on WSIC News Talk Radio. I am Patrick Reynolds on this Thursday, March the 7th, 2024, 5:06 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to jump right on in. Well, I think a big story developing right now is some traffic. And we have Yolanda from iCats on hold with us. Yolanda, welcome to the News Drive at 5.
Hi, Patrick. Good afternoon. How are you today?
We're doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. It's a beautiful day outside. If you haven't been able to get out, you're missing such warm sunshine.
I have been out. It has been great to come back and forth in and out of the studio. I hope everybody's having a nice drive out there. How are the roads looking?
The roads are looking pretty good. We have, some buildup, some volume. However, the traffic is moving nice and smoothly over the bridges of Lake Norman on I-77 southbound as well as I-77 northbound. We did have some in one incident involving police with a vehicle on 77 by exit 23. But other than that, we're doing well.
Okay, I-77 looking good. And possibly some breaking news. We are hearing some traffic build up and delays on I-40 right now. Would you happen to have any information on that for us?
No, Patrick. Unfortunately, I don't go near I-40.
Okay.
I'm strictly on the southbound, northbound I-77. I can see like 485 north and south, and I can see a little bit of 85. But other than that, I don't see anything else.
That's okay. Well, we thank you for your report on I-77 and our news team here at WSIC. I think we're going to look into this I-40 situation and see what we can find out for our audience. But Yolanda from iCats, we appreciate very much the I-77 update.
Thank you so much, Patrick. You're welcome. Have a great evening.
You too as well. Have a good afternoon. Yolanda from iCats checking in with us. And we are having a report that I-40 West near Mocksville has seemed to be backed up and stopped right now. Producer Joe, you may have more information on this. Breaking news?
I do. From what it looks like, from what I can tell, there's an accident on 40 westbound just past Mocksville. Looks like the entire right lane is closed, and I believe they are beginning to divert traffic around that area. It looks like 40 for a small stretch west of Mocksville is closed.
So I-40, both lanes closed. People got to get off the highway.
That's what
and
it
divert.
looks like. I'm trying my best to confirm that, but from what I can tell, it is closed for now for that accident.
Okay. WSIC News will follow and track this situation. This was breaking as we came on the air tonight with the News Drive at 5. So we have other headlines as well, and we will follow that and give you information and updates on that I-40 traffic situation as we find out as well. So stay tuned right here to WSIC News. We'll keep you up to date on the I-40 traffic situation. You just heard Dollars and Cents with Joshua Doby. He is the captain of North Main Financial. He likes those football references in his show. Dollars and Cents every Thursday here at 4 p.m. on WSIC News Talk, brought to you by North Main Financial. Always good to hear Joshua Doby's viewpoint. He does not offer this as a substitute for financial advice for your own personal situation, but he's got some great tips and great education about the financial world, stocks, investments, all kinds of things financial. Almost like a mini little financial class right here on WSIC every Thursday at 4 p.m. right before the news drive at 5. We appreciate Joshua Doby and his input and contributions to the community and WSIC News. The top 5 at 5 stories that we are tracking for you tonight. We just spoke about what I think just became our lead story, is the traffic situation up on I-40. We are researching that right now. Try to get you some details and more information as it develops during the news drive at 5. As producer Joe just said, it looks like there has been an accident on I-40 westbound near Mocksville, and I-40 is currently blocked. Traffic is being diverted off the highway. As we get details, we will feed them to you during the news drive at 5. Also, in other stories, the Statesville Police Department is investigating a shooting. A Texas woman faces larceny charges in Iredell County. Monkey-pox is increasing in Mecklenburg County, and Lincolnton is discussing a social district. All this and more news as it develops. We'll report it to you. Your voice is also welcomed here on WSIC, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464, especially if anyone is on the road and maybe has a little bit of eyeballs and visibility on the situation on I-40 west in Mocksville with the traffic. As we said, we'll keep our finger on the pulse of that and keep you informed. In the news drive at 5 headlines tonight, the Statesville Police Department is investigating a shooting that occurred inside a home on West Bell Street yesterday. Statesville Police Department personnel were dispatched to a residence in the 600 block of West Bell Street around 5:25 p.m. in response to a report of a shooting. Statesville Police Department's Violent Crimes Unit responded and initiated an investigation. Based on a preliminary investigation, Connor unlawfully entered the residence of the victim, who was present with his 7-year-old son at the time. Despite repeated requests from the victim for Connor to leave, Connor persisted and physically assaulted the victim. The victim discharged a firearm, resulting in a single gunshot wound. The neighbor arrived on the scene and was directed by the victim to contact emergency services. Connor is presently on probation for prior drug-related offenses. The investigation into this incident is ongoing, and the Statesville Police Department encourages anyone with additional information to contact the department. Upon completion of the investigation, the findings will be presented to the District Attorney's Office for further review. And we may have some more updates on this traffic situation. Producer Joe, what do you got for us?
Yes, we have the report right here. I-40 is closed a half mile before exit 154 on Old Mocksville Road. Expected to reopen around 6:30, 6:45.
Okay, so it's closed for
It is closed
over
for
an hour.
accident.
Okay.
It's been closed since 4:30.
Okay, so there's some heavy traffic up on I-40 near Mocksville. Okay, thank you for that update. We will keep you updated during the news drive at 5 as more details develop and we discover more facts to relate to you. No speculation. We'll get you the information right here. Stay tuned. WSIC News. Thank you so much, Joe. And back to other headlines. A Statesville woman was arrested on gun charges following a traffic stop by an Iredell County Sheriff's Office deputy. Sheriff Darren Campbell announced the arrest of Tamia Holland of Statesville. Deputy Kent, who is assigned to the Iredell County Sheriff's Office Aggressive Criminal Enforcement Team, conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle in Salisbury Highway at Business Park Drive east of Statesville for a registration violation back on February 28th. After speaking with the driver, the deputy searched the vehicle and located a loaded 9mm handgun under the passenger seat. Holland, who was the passenger in the vehicle, stated that the firearm was hers. Holland was arrested and taken to Iredell County Detention Center, where she was charged with felony possession of a stolen firearm and misdemeanor carrying a concealed weapon. News Drive at 5 rolls on. Patrick Reynolds taking you home here on WSIC. We'll be right back.
it here. We'll be back with more of the News Drive at 5 with Patrick straight ahead on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, we can keep the dry weather around for one more day. A partly cloudy sky tonight. Temperatures dip down to around 50. The outlying spots in farms may even see upper 40s by early Friday morning. Clouds will thicken up Friday, but it's a mostly dry day of weather. Rain, though, is on the way. Friday high temperatures in the mid-60s. Saturday will start wet. A lot of rain on the way as we stay cool around 60, but it'll taper off Saturday evening. We're dry and sunny for Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. MuralFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at muralfest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Coin collectors, get ready! The Statesville Coin and Currency Show is coming to the Statesville Civic Center March 16th and 17th, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. Eagle Rentals in Statesville is celebrating you and the wonderful community they serve. Come to Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day, March 16th from noon until 4 p.m. Fun for the whole family. Kids and adults are welcome. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day, March 16th, 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Want to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex? How about a Triceratops? Dinosaur World Live is coming to Kane Center for the Arts, Friday, March 29th. That's not the only fun family adventure coming to the Kane Center for the Arts. Dinosaur World Live, Friday, March 29th. For tickets and to see the entire spring lineup, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Little Shavers Wood Shop and Building Supply is your one-stop source for winter electric and torpedo heaters, heat lamps, pine and cedar shavings, ice melt, and snow sleds. Plus, year-round items including PPG paints and stains, tools for plumbing and heating, and automotive supplies. Over 55,000 warehouse products available. You'll find Little Shavers on Facebook and online at littleshavers.com. That's LILshavers.com.
Call in now to speak with Patrick Reynolds on the News Drive at 5. The number to dial is 844-STUDIO-4. WSIC starts here.
Welcome back to the News Drive at 5, WSIC News Talk. Patrick Reynolds here on Thursday, March the 7th, 2024, 5:18 p.m. Eastern Time. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464, especially if you are up on I-40 and in that traffic jam right now. One more time, those numbers, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. If you see anything or let us know what's going on with the latest. And producer Joe, you have an update for us on the I-40 traffic situation.
I do. I-40 West near mile marker 155 in Statesville. Statesville was a vehicle crash, and it has now been cleared. I-40 West reopened.
That's wonderful. That's good news. Any reports further on possible injuries or how many cars, any details of the wreck yet?
None that I can see, but
Okay.
they've originally reported the accident about 35 minutes ago.
Okay.
That's the NCDOT for I-40 reported that. So it doesn't sound like it was too bad if they got it cleared in about 30 minutes or so.
Okay. Well, we hope for no injuries. That's the
Yes.
most important thing up there. Cars can be replaced. People cannot. So hope everybody's safe and doing well up there. If you're in traffic, please be patient. Allow the first responders and crews to attend to the situation up there. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for tuning in to WSIC News. And like we said, If you are in traffic on I-40 and you have any further information you'd like to share, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464 will get you on air with us here in the studio. Back to the News Drive at 5 headlines for this Thursday afternoon. A Texas woman faces a felony larceny charge in connection with the theft of jewelry and clothing from a home in southern Iredell County. Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell announced the arrest of Athena Watacone of Richland Hills, Texas. Iredell County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a home on Fern Hill Road near Mooresville on January the 10th. The victim stated that thousands of dollars worth of jewelry and clothing had been stolen while they were out of town. The case was assigned to Detective Davidson. During the investigation, Davidson learned that the victims left their home in the care of Wananacone, and who was a family friend. The suspect took the jewelry and clothing from the home and shipped most of the items to another state. As a result of the investigation, Detective Davidson obtained an arrest warrant for felony larceny. On February 27th, Wanacone was located and taken into custody. She was transported to the Iredell County Detention Center, where she was issued a $15,000 secured bond by Magistrate Nethkin. Detectives are still working to recover the stolen property. In Mecklenburg County, public health leaders are reporting an alarming trend with monkeypox. Health officials say they're very concerned about the growing number of people, including children, who were potentially exposed to those with active monkeypox infections. Mecklenburg County health officials said, quote, "It's important to note the only monkeypox transmission thus far has involved close physical or sexual contact. However, residents should take precautions even when the risk is low or intermediate," end quote. There have been 10 confirmed cases of monkeypox among Mecklenburg County residents reported in February, up from 6 in January. Health officials said nearly 120 residents, including some children, were potentially exposed to those 16 confirmed cases. Common symptoms of monkeypox are fever and chills, headache and body aches, swollen lymph nodes, exhaustion, a skin rash. The rash could be as small as 1 or 2 bumps or cover the entire body, and lesions that can look like bumps or warts. Vaccines are available at no cost and are effective at reducing the risk of monkeypox infection and disease severity. Vaccines are available by appointment by calling Mecklenburg County Public Health or walking into a public health clinic. In Rowan County, a tractor-trailer carrying water bottles went off the road on North Carolina 150 Wednesday, shutting down the area for hours, according to North Carolina Department of Transportation. The road was closed at Scottish Drive as crews worked to clean up the area and remove water bottles. The impact on traffic was high. The driver of the tractor-trailer has been charged with failure to maintain his lane. In Huntersville, questionable behavior by members of the Huntersville Ordinance Advisory Board, or the HOAB, led town commissioners to amend the board's bylaws, removing much of its authority. Commissioners voted 5-1, with Commissioner Alicia Bergsman the sole opposition, to refine the HOAB's duties and responsibilities through an amendment. The action removes the HOAB's ability to propose text amendments to the town zoning and subdivision ordinances or recommend amendments to the processes and procedures of the town planning department. The amendment to the bylaws also struck out the HOAB's ability to review concerns from residents and developers regarding town planning processes or the town's zoning ordinances. Town attorney Emily Sloop explained that the HOAB is unique, and she found that only Cornelius had a similar board. Likely, she said, because most of its duties are duplicative of the planning boards. She said the HOAB also does not act in a timely fashion, leaving text amendments needed to comply with legislative updates sitting for months. While the town is allowed to create boards by ordinance, Sloop found that the board, which was created in 2015, was not the result of an ordinance and can find no evidence that it stemmed from an official town board meeting. She said it was in part created to determine whether impact fees, which are levied on developers to pay for infrastructure, were allowed. Impact fees remain illegal in North Carolina. Furthermore, Sloop said in fall of 2021, the town board found that several HOAB members were not following town procedure. Residents would receive a decision from planning staff about a planning-related issue, and if they did not like the decision, they would take their complaints to an HOAB member. That person would try to unilaterally add it to an agenda rather than going through the proper appeals process. Sloop said, quote, "That is not something we should be doing as a town from a legal standpoint," end quote. One member even tried to add a matter of private civil litigation to the agenda, an area where the town does not meddle. The Iredell County Board of Commissioners on Tuesday approved a rezoning request for 3 parcels at the corner of Brawley School Road and Dry Drive for Lake Davidson Development, LLC, for use as a hub and storage facility. Lake Vision Development specializes in designing and building luxury outdoor living spaces, including pools, cabanas, and other hardscapes. The plans are to combine those 3 parcels for use as the property's existing warehouse-type structure to house building supplies in a construction office operating out of the existing residential structure. In 2023, they attempted a straight rezoning of these 3 parcels. After much debate, commissioners advised the company to reapply as a conditional rezoning request was waived the 180-day waiting period for submittal of another request on that same property. Planning Director Matthew Todd told commissioners that no neighbors opposed the plan at the public input meeting. The rezoning is consistent with the county's 2045 Horizon Plan and was supported by the Planning Board. Following the public hearing, in which no one spoke against the plan, commissioners voted unanimously to approve the rezoning request. In other business, the board also approved a request from Parks and Rec for approval of over $2,500 through donated funds to purchase a memorial bench for the recreation center in honor of Barbara Turner. They also approved a request from the Iredell Library for approval of a 3-year contract with Spectrum to provide internet access at the Statesville and Troutman libraries, and authority from the board of the library director to sign the service order. Also approved was a request from the library to apply for E-rate discounts. E-rate funds over 60% of the cost of services, so E-rate discounts will cover over $7,800 of those services. They also approved a request from the Finance Department to amend the budget ordinance to include the opioid settlement fund. According to County Manager Beth Mull, this is essentially taking the ordinance from a multi-year to an annual ordinance. Also approved was a request from the Planning and Development Department to consider calling for a public hearing on March 19th at 6 p.m. in regard to a text amendment to the Land Development Code. Also approved was a request from EMS to purchase 2 ambulances and accompanying equipment for over $836,000. Commissioner Gene Haupt thanks his staff and school system and volunteers in the community in their involvement with early voting. Commissioner Scotty Brown took time to thank the county staff for making a difference. Brown said, quote, "If people don't realize how great we have it here, it's been an honor." Chair Melissa Nieder shared that she had the opportunity to speak to early college students about voting and at Barium Springs, where there are students with high needs. Nieder said, quote, "It was eye-opening to me to hear the different programs that they have." County Manager Beth Mull announced that the continuation of the budget retreat is planned for March 18th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the EOC Public Safety Center. Commissioners will discuss capital projects. However, she noted that the bids for the new high school, Weathers Creek, won't be back until April 30th. This is the News Drive at 5 here on WSIC News Talk. Patrick Reynolds at the controls here. We'll follow that traffic update on I-40. Be right back with you. More headlines coming up.
More of the News Drive at 5. News Drive at 5. After we pay the bills. On 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, we can keep the dry weather around for one more day. A partly cloudy sky tonight. Temperatures dip down to around 50. The outlying spots in farms may even see upper 40s by early Friday morning. Clouds will thicken up Friday, but it's a mostly dry day of weather. Rain, though, is on the way. Friday high temperatures in the mid-60s. Saturday will start wet. A lot of rain on the way as we stay cool around 60, but it'll taper off Saturday evening. We're dry and sunny for Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Bunch Johnson Funeral Home, our service to families is second to none. We're here for you when you need it most. Let us help you focus on healing. We'll handle the rest. Bunch Johnson Funeral Home.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s?
Caller, are you calling for the news drive?
Hey, it's Ben.
Hey, Ben, stay on hold. I may end up texting you a situation going on.
Is everything all right?
Everything's good. May bring you on, may not bring you on. Stay on hold. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. If you need to leave for the final segment, I got them both pulled up and ready to go.
Thank you. I'm trying to get information.
Ben is on hold. Possible traffic report if you'd like.
Yes.
You want to give a traffic report? Yeah, I'm sure your brain's a little scrambled right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total, the kid's okay. Mom's
Yeah.
on her way. like I didn't hack anything heading there. You know, like do a U-turn, cars being towed. I don't know. I'm getting like part of the story. Calls jumping out. I don't hear anything.
I had it turned
Is
down.
halting plans to build a new multi-billion-dollar
Here we
factory
come.
in Georgia.
Ben's on the line.
I'm
He's
Nancy
gonna give the
Lyons,
traffic
Bloomberg
update.
Radio.
Now,
We
back
have
to
a
more of the
caller on
News
the
Drive at
line,
5
but
with
it's-
your host, Patrick Reynolds, on 105.7 WSIC.
Welcome back to the News Drive at 5 here on WSIC News Talk Radio. Patrick Reynolds along for your ride home on this Thursday, March the 7th, 5:35 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have a caller on hold, possibly with some info on that I-40 traffic situation. Hello, caller. Who we got here?
Yeah, Ben Daniels, Senior Director of Sensory. How we doing?
One of our own at WSIC family. We're doing well down here, Ben. How are you doing up on I-40, and what do you see? What can you tell our audience?
Well, Joe was kind of right. The highway did open back up. I am currently at exit 152 coming up. It's in about 2.5 miles, so I'm at exit 154. It looks like they did have a pretty bad accident, but it was covering the road just shortly before exit 154. But they do have it all cleaned up now, and traffic is moving smooth back up to almost full speed. But there are probably still we were dead stopped for about I'd say 30 minutes or so.
Okay. Have you been able to see the accident, or could you tell us what happened? Any information on that?
Well, I didn't see anything because, like I said, it looks like they just had it cleaned up.
Okay.
Literally, it looked like it was across the entire both lanes. So they did a good job of getting it cleaned up and all the debris out before they went racing again. But I don't see anything. It did look like there was probably a tractor trailer, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any wrecker or anything like that.
Okay, so you are traveling 40 west, correct? Just so we have make sure we have our facts and info correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, going 40 west, and that was just before the 77 interchange there, and just before Statesville.
Okay.
Right outside of Monkey-pox.
All right. A lot of our listening audience up in that neighborhood, 7740. Definitely a big traffic area. You're okay, though. I guess most important thing, I should have asked this already. Ben, you're doing okay, though. Fortunately, you were just inconvenienced.
Yeah, inconvenient. So, it was, everybody started breaking out. I didn't have any snacks by myself, unfortunately, but we did have some people that got out of their car, fed their dog.
Yeah.
Stretched their legs a little bit, chit-chatted.
Okay. Well, I think we've all been in that traffic situation a little bit here and there. Fortunately, you're okay, and we certainly put our thoughts to those involved in the accident. Hope they are okay as well. Glad to hear the road is cleared up and traffic is moving again. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Ben Daniels, one of our own WSIC family in the traffic that was up there on close to the I-77, I-40 interchange. Ben sharing his point of view, is able to give us a little bit more information. Traffic is moving again. The crash has been cleared. Tough to say how many, what was involved, what happened, but we continue our thoughts that hopefully nobody was injured and all are okay in that accident. I-40 westbound cleared and is moving again. Thank you, Ben Daniels, for the call. Anybody else up there near the I-77 and I-40 interchange? 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. We'd appreciate any updates or information that anybody has. May have been up in that neck of the woods. Hopefully you're okay, but if you can share that with our audience, everybody driving around Statesville and that I-40, I-77 interchange, we could all use the information. Keep everybody moving and everybody safe for their rides home this afternoon. Thanks for listening to WSIC News Talk and the News Drive at 5. We continue on with our local headlines, and yes, we will continue to monitor the traffic situation on I-40. In Mooresville, the often debated local government land use quandary played out at the town board's March the 4th meeting. The old adage, how to explain to longtime owners of once rural acreage, which is now surrounded by multi-generation farmland tracts, is transformed into residential subdivisions that their particular property can be developed. In this case, after speakers aired opinions for and against rezoning for Cambridge Properties' proposed development on 64 acres owned by the Witherspoon family in the northwest corner of the Kistler Farm Road, Rocky River Road intersection, commissioners unanimously denied the request, citing pre-acre residential density higher than surrounding neighborhoods and potential traffic impacts as the reason. Cambridge plans for Witherspoon Woods included 182 townhomes near the Kistler Rocky Road intersection and 117 single-family homes in the rear portion of the acreage adjacent to the Woodlands neighborhood. The property is across Rocky River Road from the Curtis Pond subdivision with several other residential neighborhoods on nearby property along Rocky River and Kistler Farm Roads. The proposal, as Planning and Community Development Director Erica Martin told commissioners while reporting staff, quote, generally endorsed the plan, it would have had a density of 4.69 residential units per acre, while nearby subdivisions had an average density below 3 homes per acre. However, Martin said the plan for the development was aligned with the town's general vision for the area, and developers had made adjustments in the plan, including large buffers. She also told commissioners developers were providing off-site road and sidewalk improvements beyond requirements. They had proposed an emergency access-only link to a road inside the Woodlands in response to concerns about through traffic, and were including right-of-way for greenway extensions and more than 24 acres of open space in the plan, which is well above the open space requirement. After the public comments and prior to the board's vote, Commissioner Lisa Qualls made a point to ask Martin what could be developed on the property in a by-right scenario, not requiring board approval. Martin said up to 120 single-family homes could be built. The connector to the Woodlands Road would be required, and the only primary road upgrades would be directly tied to development access. Commissioners also asked about the status of any planned improvements on state roads in the area, with transportation engineer Camilla Weckerly reporting no improvements on Shearers Road, Rocky River Road, or North Carolina 3 in current state plans. After those reports, Cambridge Representative Jay Priester said the development would complete all affiliated road improvements, including a roundabout at the Kistler Rocky Road intersection and turn lanes on Rocky River, Kistler, and North Carolina 3 before any residences are occupied in the development. Priester said the road work first approach was also what Cambridge had implemented in its development of the Publix-anchored Harris Farms mixed-use project taking shape near the Kistler Farm and North Carolina 3 intersection. Following Commissioner Eddie Dingell's motion to deny rezoning, where he specifically referenced density and traffic issues, the board voted against the request with no further comment. In other business, Exit 38 was endorsed following a detailed report from the Kimley Horn Consulting Group at the board's agenda briefing session March the 1st. In a presentation by Transportation Planner Will Washam Monday night, commissioners unanimously approved a resolution supporting a two-bridge design for a future Cornelius Road, Interstate 77, Exit 38 interchange. In news from Lincolnton, officials in the town are set to discuss the addition of a social district during a city council meeting tonight. The agenda read consideration of amendment to the City of Lincolnton's Code of Ordinances to establish a social district in the downtown area. Public input is expected before any official action is taken. The issue was first addressed last year on a budget retreat where officials decided that to move forward, they needed more data to weigh the pros and cons. The meeting is set to take place at 7 p.m. and will feature comments on the social district proposal from the mayor and police chief. Patrick Reynolds with you. News Drive at 5 on WSIC. We will be right back.
The News Drive at 5 will be back shortly on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, we can keep the dry weather around for one more day. A partly cloudy sky tonight. Temperatures dip down to around 50. The outlying spots in farms may even see upper 40s by early Friday morning. Clouds will thicken up Friday, but it's a mostly dry day of weather. Rain, though, is on the way. Friday high temperatures in the mid-60s. Saturday will start wet. A lot of rain on the way as we stay cool around 60, but it'll taper off Saturday evening. We're dry and sunny for Sunday. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. MuralFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at muralfest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Coin collectors, get ready. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show is coming to the Statesville Civic Center March 16th and 17th, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. Eagle Rentals in Statesville is celebrating you and the wonderful community they serve. Come to Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day, March 16th from noon until 4 p.m. Fun for the whole family. Kids and adults are welcome. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day, March 16th, 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Want to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex? How about a Triceratops? Dinosaur World Live is coming to Kane Center for the Arts, Friday, March 29th. That's not the only fun family adventure coming to the Kane Center for the Arts. Dinosaur World Live, Friday, March 29th. For tickets and to see the entire spring lineup, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Folks, you know it's been cold, and we at Randy Marion Stores in Statesville, we want to make sure your car does not leave you stranded on these cold mornings. Come let us check your vehicle out with a complimentary service check. Randy Marion Chevrolet of Statesville, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln, we'll check it out to make sure that car will start on these cold mornings and get you to where you need to be. Come see us today, make sure you're tip-top ready to go. 2024 has started off cold. Let's make sure you are ready to go.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
Call 844 Studio 4 now to join in the conversation on the News Drive at 5 with Patrick Reynolds on 105.9, 100.7 WS.
Welcome back to the News Drive at 5 here on WSIC News Talk. Patrick Reynolds along for the ride with you on this Thursday, March 7th, 2024, 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time. Latest report on that I-40 accident near the I-77 interchange is that the interstate has been cleared and people in traffic are back moving again. We have no further details on exactly what happened with the crash, and we certainly hope that there are no injuries involved in the crash up there on I-40. But fortunately, the vehicles are cleared and traffic is at least moving once again. Any more information that comes our way here at WSIC, we will certainly pass along to you. In other News Drive at 5 headlines, in Davidson, the town's first climate action plan designed to establish municipal practices and policies to promote sustainability is set for adoption at the town board's March 26th meeting. At the board's February 27th session, Sustainability Manager Kayla Kovach provided a detailed outline of the plan, which evolved from Citizen Sustainability Committee recommendations aligned with an adopted town goal for municipal operations to achieve carbon neutrality by 2037. Higher Impact 2027 goals of the policy include a 75% reduction in emissions related to building operations and energy use, a 50% reduction in emissions from street lighting, a 75% reduction in waste sent to landfills, a 30% reduction in emissions related to employee commutes, and operational changes allowing for renewable resources to provide 80% of the energy for town operations. Kobach's presentation followed updates about the evolving process of blending municipal mobility programs with Vision Zero efforts outlined by transportation planner Andrew Golden in a town tree canopy update from town arborist Andrew Cilio and David Cable, who is a town resident active in conservation and tree advocacy efforts. These presentations were scheduled updates designed to keep elected officials informed about programs, policies, and pending initiatives that may require budget decisions. The Mobility Vision Zero presentation also included proposals for bicycle and pedestrian network improvements related to anticipated road project, like a full package of pedestrian safety amenities along the long-awaited Potts-Sloan-Beatty corridor. Initial utility location work on the southern end of that multi-jurisdiction project that will create an alternate route to North Carolina 115 through Davidson has begun. At the meeting, Golden and Town Manager Jamie Justice said the schedule calls for construction on the southern end, including a roundabout at the Potts-Davidson Street, North Carolina 115 junction, which will all begin in the fall. The Davidson portion of the North Carolina DOT project is targeted for construction in 2026. In Lincolnton, a proposed rezoning of a little over 26 acres to permit construction of 173 townhomes on the north side of North Carolina 73 and the west side of North Ingleside Farm Road at the intersection of the two roads in Denver drew a standing room-only crowd to the March 4th joint meeting of the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners and Lincoln County Planning Board. There was discussion amongst the commissioners whether a fire truck could pull into the development and turn around, although the fire marshal signed off on the width of the road. Those community members who spoke during the public hearing were concerned about whether townhomes are in line with the area traffic, the number of homes that have been approved countywide by the commissioners and not yet built, overcrowding in schools, inadequate infrastructure, and inferior or incomplete work done by the developer, D.R. Horton. Attorney Albert Benshoff, who said he represented a group of local individuals who are in opposition to the rezoning, presented his opinion that the county's Unified Development Ordinance was not being met. Maria Dunn spoke on behalf of the Denver Area Business Association in favor of the development. At the close of the public hearing, Chairman Carol Mitchum said that the commissioners would do whatever they could, that they were concerned and had compassion for the community members who spoke. The other matter that garnered a good bit of attention, including a marathon grilling of the applicants, Charlie and Melanie Donaldson, who are doing business as Cap Properties LLC. They were questioned by attorney Keith Johnson. They were the subject of the proposed rezoning of almost 3 acres to allow for a construction office, parking lot, and enclosed shop. These matters, as well as others that were heard Monday night, should be decided by the commissioners at their next meeting on Monday, March the 18th. From Raleigh, a new program is expected to provide food for nearly 1 million school children in North Carolina this summer. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, in partnership with the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, has announced its intent to administer the U.S. Department of Agriculture's new Summer Electronic Benefits Transfer Funds, known as SunBucks. Communication will be sent to families this week, alerting them to the new SunBucks program. Families who qualify for the SunBucks program will receive a one-time payment of $120 per eligible child for the summer period. Sunbucks will be delivered to families on debit-like EBT cards for families to purchase groceries at retailers that accept EBT, including most major grocery stores in North Carolina. Secretary Cody Kinsley said, quote, "Food is foundation to health. The Sunbucks program will help relieve kids' hunger, support their health, and promote the ability for them to learn." The Sunbucks program will begin in summer 24 and will work together with other available nutrition programs such as summer meals for children, food and nutrition services, and the special supplement nutrition program for women, infants, and children to help provide consistent access to nutrition to children and families during the summer. Most eligible children will automatically qualify for the program, although some families will have to apply for the new Sunbucks program. Children automatically qualify if they are eligible for any of the following programs, which include free and reduced price meals at schools, food and nutrition services, temporary assistance for needy families, or if they receive North Carolina Medicaid benefits and have a household income below 185% of the federal poverty level. If your child is already individually approved to receive free and reduced price meals at school, you have until March 28th, 2024 to update your address at your child's school to make sure your child receives their Sunbucks card at the correct mailing address during the summer months. While Sunbucks will be a fully operational food assistance program by the summer, it is not the only option for children to receive critical nutrition assistance in North Carolina. Sunbucks will be complementary to existing USDA summer nutrition programs for children, including Sun Meals, which is meals you eat on site at approved location. There's also Sun Meals to Go, meaning meals for pickup or delivery. Right close to home, the city of Statesville Electric Utilities is considering residential and commercial customer satisfaction surveys as part of a long-term planning study. The purpose of the survey is to measure opinions of residents and business owners regarding the public power electric service received from the City of Statesville Electric Utilities, as well as communication preferences of new strategic initiatives. City Manager Ron Smith said, quote, "We sincerely value our customers and want to ensure their feedback and preferences are factored into our long-term planning. This survey will be vital in helping us understand customer concerns and priorities and will help guide us in making decisions that best reflect the goals and needs of our customers." To complete the survey, customers can scan the QR code found on their bill, insert inside their March utility bill. Customers will also be able to access the digital survey via the city's website or social media posts. As required by the Code of Ethics of the National Council on Public Polls and the United States Privacy Act of 1974, Maru Incorporated maintains the anonymity of respondents to surveys the firm conducts. No information will be released that could reveal the identity of survey respondents. Well, we had a busy day here on the News Drive at 5, updating you on the traffic and the accident up on I-40 as we covered the local headlines. Coming up right after us, always here on weekdays on WSIC, is the Scoreboard with Joe Berg, who provided a whole lot of information for the traffic on the accident on I-40. Joe, we've talked to you several times this hour. How are you doing tonight?
I am working hard.
Yeah. So is there any further, before we sign off the year here in the News Drive at 5, any further information on the I-40 accident?
I did not see any further information, so I'm going to assume all is clear.
Okay. All is clear. We hope there were no injuries up there. Let us bring the News Drive at 5 to a little bit of a close. Let's look ahead to the scoreboard at the next hour. What do you have coming up for WSIC?
Well, surprisingly, we're going to not talk about NASCAR right away.
Yeah, that's fine.
We are not going to talk about, well, we will talk about it, but not too heavy into the high school stuff and not too heavy into the college basketball. The NHL trade deadline is upon us. It is tomorrow. That's the deadline, though. Trades are happening, and there are a lot that are happening over the past 2 days. Carolina may be trying to position themselves for a big move tomorrow. Maybe.
These NHL updates might be coming quicker than the traffic updates.
They might.
Yeah.
They might.
Okay, let's go Canes, huh?
Absolutely.
Hopefully they can get something good going. I hope that. Scoreboard coming up right after the news drive at 5 tonight. His numbers are the same as ours, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. News drive at 5. Patrick Reynolds signing off. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.